Are you ready to think big and act bold? Then you are in the right place. This is Innovative Entrepreneurs, a podcast that will bring you the stories, insights, and tips from some of the most successful and innovative entrepreneurs in the world. I am your host, Erica Bailey, and I am here to help you start, scale, and sustain your own entrepreneurial journey. Let's get started.
And today I am super excited to tell you about the powerhouse man we have joining us today. He really is a powerhouse in the world of business strategy and growth. None other than the Simon Severino. He's got 21 years of experience, and he has propelled his clients to an astounding $2 billion in additional sales. Wow. He is a mastermind behind the renowned strategy sprints method, focusing on rapid revenue doubling in just 90 days. I think we all need to hear this. But Simon isn't just about numbers. He is a TEDx speaker, a top-ranking podcast host, and a regular contributor to Forbes. I'm so lucky to have you here. When he is not revolutionizing business, you will catch him dedicated to his family, juggling roles as a husband, a father of 3. So let's get ready to dive deep into the world of strategy and scaling. Hello, Simon. Welcome.
Hello, Erica. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we are blessed. We are the lucky ones here. So Simon, it's clear that you have achieved remarkable success in the business world, but can we rewind just a little bit here? How did your entrepreneurial journey begin? What inspired you to take this leap, right?
I majored in the completely wrong things. And so I had a problem. I had to invent my own job. I majored in philosophy and psychology. But I was lucky because it was the 90s. And in the 90s, it didn't matter what you studied. If you had the best grades, then you could try to apply for the big strategy advisories. That's what I did. And so that was my entry ticket into a real job. And I had the chance. Yeah. And I had the chance to be with the boards of the big brands in their room, solving the big problems, how to enter a market, how to stay in the market, how to differentiate from other great products. And so how can you do that? Is it with culture? Is it with the experience? Is it with the community? So questions that were not easy to answer. And I was emotionally and intellectually really passionate about finding the answer. And so 21 years later, I'm still doing that, but on my own, and started my own company, Strategy Sprints. And we're still doing that now in a more digital way. Everything became digital.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So what was your why? I mean, it sounds like you've got, you kind of chose to do this venture, but do you have a why as to why you wanted to be your own man, have your own business, obviously grow so that you had this financial freedom? Was there just like this why in your gut that said, I have to do this?
I wake up in the morning, I want to have fun.
I like you, Simon. That's the best answer I think we've ever had. Wow. All right.
And to me, it's not funny if other people decide what I do. So I want to decide what I do. If the weather is fine, I want to go mountain bike. And if it's cold, I want to write something. So I really want to shape the day according to my needs, to my life cycle, in a specific stage of my life, in my end of my 30s. I wanted to ground myself because I became a father, and I didn't want to be a weekend father. That wasn't appealing to me. So I said, okay, I will ground myself. And everybody was worried. But Simon, your job, your industry is about flying around and helping your clients in their headquarters. or in some Marriott hotels. And how will you manage that? And say, I don't know, but it's the right thing to do. That was a big transition.
Yeah, for me, it's the same. Well, for me, my why was I never wanted to miss a football game. Like we started this business right as my middle son, Jaden, was born. And I didn't want to have to take him to daycare. I didn't want to ever miss a parent teacher conference. I never wanted to miss a doctor's appointment. I wanted to shape my life by design. And yeah, it's hard work, but I never wanted to be a weekend mom, just like you said. And that was my why. So I think it's very powerful. It's amazing how our families can transform us to be better in a way. In my opinion, my kids, my family, my why is what kept me going all this time, even through the hard times. So I just thought I'd share that with you. This is so cool. So I was looking at strategy sprints. This method has been a game changer, I suppose, for many businesses. Can you give me a brief overview of how it works, and can you tell me how I can, double my income in 90 days?
It aims at doubling revenues, and it's not as hard as people think, specifically if you do only this for 21 years. For us, it's like a doctor taking the vitals and finds immediately the direct path, right? So for us, the 3 vitals that we look at, we want to increase by 25% the price that people can charge for their offer. We want to increase by 25% the frequency of the sales. So reducing the sales time, which increases by 25% the sales frequency. And the third thing, we want to increase the win rate by 25%. So if you talk to 10 people and you're closing 4, then we want to increase that percentages by 25%. If you increase these 3 things by 25%, and that's easily doable in 90 days with our tools and with a sprint coach, then you have now factually increased by 99% your revenue, because those things compound, and you've basically doubled revenue.
That actually makes sense. So I'm looking at your book. It's Strategy Sprints, 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business, right? You can grow your revenue and scale your business without sacrificing your whole personal life. Right there, I think, is what gets me. It's like, right there, I'm going to buy your book, because I want to scale. I want to grow, but I don't want to have to sacrifice everything that I've built in my time. So I think that this is a fantastic and very, very interesting book.
It's really about doing less, as you say, without sacrificing life, because it's really about doing less. Many entrepreneurs think that they have to do more and more and more and harder and harder. If you think about, who would you like to buy from? Would you like to buy from somebody who's working super hard and looks tired, or from somebody who looks relaxed and happy and is fun to hang out with? So actually, people want to buy from you. They literally want to give you their money if they see that you are relaxed and have a calm productivity, a creativity around you. You have ideas and you have solutions, but you are relaxed. And this ties back to having fun. I think it's a very under-discussed topic in business. Most people right now go harder, focus, niche, and then hard. Yes, niching is a good idea because it focuses you. So who are you here to serve, and what is it that you can solve for them? This is really what you should focus on. But then it's about identifying the few things that are fun for you now in solving now, and that are fun for you in 10 years. And you can literally take a piece of paper, write down right now what's fun for you now. And then the other axis is what's fun for you in 10 years. And you will find your sweet spot, the sweet spot of stuff that's fun for you now and fun in 10 years. Usually when we do this with our clients, things pop up like writing a book, running a podcast, having a paid community, having a paid newsletter, having a group, coaching format or a flagship program. Those are the things that you should focus on. And you don't need to do a lot of that if you allow yourself enough time for it to grow. We are usually impatient and we want it to work immediately. But if you give it a couple more years, you can actually build much bigger things if you focus on long term.
Okay.
We overestimate what we can do in a week. We underestimate what we can do in 10 years.
Ooh, okay. Overestimate what we can do in 1 week. Underestimate what we can do in 10 years. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
That's powerful. That makes sense, though. It's simple, but I don't know if it's easy. I'm very interested in this, actually. So I understand you're a triathlete. Is that right?
I was a triathlete. Yeah, now I'm a father of 3. My triathlon looks different now.
My triathlon looks different now. Oh, that is awesome. So how did your original triathlon and your new triathlon help you understand the importance of endurance and resilience? And how do you think these qualities actually help translate into building and scaling a successful business? Kind of 2-part question.
Yeah, ties back also to the fun discussion. What is the biggest risk for any entrepreneur? Risk number 1 is your sales pipeline dries up.
Mm-hmm.
Risk number 2 is you give up, which can be, burnout or just plain giving up. But it's the same. If you burn out or if you give up, it's the same. Your business closes down. So those are the 2 risks.
Okay.
Now, if we look at those 2 risks, what is the risk mitigation strategy? We are back to having fun. Because if you do those things that are fun now and fun in 10 years, and if you keep them a few things, if you keep it simple and direct, we talk about the direct path and help our clients stay on their direct path to growth.
Okay.
So if you stay on the direct path, it's fun for you. It's a few activities. You have enough time during the day to recharge, to work out, to read a book, to drink some tea, to meet friends, to grow families and cooking. And so if you do that, you will not burn out and you will emanate that it's fun to be around you. People will buy from you. They will want to see you every week and to have you around.
And it's so interesting that we are having this conversation now because about a half an hour ago, I did a live on Facebook that's talking about self-care and relaxing and taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And it's interesting to me that all of a sudden, we connected and it sounds like it's a lot of the same. It's if you're on your path, if you're taking care of yourself, if you're having fun, if you're loving life and not just beating down on yourself, imagine the direct path that you can take. Would that be kind of a correlation, you think?
Yes. So a practical thing, how we live this every day, both how I do it, but also what we share with our clients. I have on one page, it's called a focus card. People can download it from our website.
Okay.
It's a focus card. People can grab it at strategysprints.com.
Mm-hmm. All
And
right.
so it's a one-pager. Yeah, it's under tools. So it's a one-pager that has your 3 years vision,
okay,
your 1 year goals, and the 90 days main activities. By having this on one page, you now make sure that you have a direction. So you have your big ambition on that page.
Yes.
And you have also the 90 days, what moves stuff forward in that direction. And there is not a lot of space on that one pager. So you can only have really 5 big goals and 5 main activities. So you have only to measure 5 metrics if you want to know if you're moving forward.
Wow. Yeah, there are some strategysprints.com under the tools. There are some amazing cards here. Like I'm looking at like the daily flow, customer journey. And these are some great things that I think people need to, Listeners, you need to go to this website and download some of these cards if you're interested in scaling your business, because this looks really, really powerful. This is some powerful stuff. So you've actually spoken on TEDx, Google, a number of conferences. What is the most valuable lesson that you have learned from sharing your insights with this, diverse audience?
The cool thing is when you can speak in public is you can A/B test. And I think the most important thing for an entrepreneur is to do split testing, A/B testing.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if they say, hey, you can come onto my podcast, I like to give them, and I have a speaking page, for example, and it has 6 topics on there. So if I speak on, let's say, 10 podcasts, I have some results. I know, these topics are more interesting for people right now than the other topics.
Yeah.
So use it as your market research. Use it for A/B testing, because there is nothing more important in entrepreneurship than continuous A/B testing.
Yeah, we use A/B testing all the time on pretty much everything that we do. We have to understand what works, what doesn't work, so that we don't waste people's time and money, right? Wow, here's a review about you. I have worked on Wall Street, and I have never seen this level of professionalism and genuine support. I am blessed to have you guys. Thanks, Strategy Sprints team. And these are some powerful individuals who are giving you these testimonials. Like, you really have made some changes and shook some trees, haven't you?
This is also a good idea for listeners. We call it the love page. So have on your website one page where you collect all the love letters, client testimonials, the client videos.
Yeah.
This is one of the most important things to collect and to have on your website, because when people are thinking about buying from you, you have to de-risk the buying decision. And there are a few things that you can do to de-risk. You could guarantee some results, but it's not always possible, depending on what you offer, to guarantee results. So one thing that definitely de-risks is if they can see people that are like them. So same industry, same size, same problem.
Okay.
And they go, this person did buy that for the same reason, and those are results that I would like to have. That's actually the best de-risking strategy. So you can check our love page and create something similar where you see the people and what the journey was and what the results were, because it can help your people buy from you.
I am seriously going to create a love page. I mean, we have testimonials everywhere, but I've never thought of. I like that way you called that. That just makes me smile.
It's strategysprints.com/love. That was the initial name. Now it's called Results, because Google was confused. Google was like, what? Are you selling love or consulting or what? And okay, it's Results, Google. Relax, Google.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently Google doesn't have any. So let's talk about this book, right? Strategy Sprints. It's 12 ways to accelerate growth for an agile business. You emphasize agility. So how can entrepreneurs stay nimble in today's rapidly changing business landscape? I like the agility. So how do we stay nimble? How do we stay quick?
3 years ago, I had to preach this, and now everybody understands it. So it's like building in Duplo or building in Lego, right? If you build in Duplo, you have only one thing. You have a cowboy in Duplo. That's just a cowboy. But if you build it out of Lego blocks, with that cowboy, you can rebuild it into a house, into a pool, into a golf place, into a car.
Okay.
Because it's made of small parts. So organize your business in small parts, meaning your contracts with vendors, short, commission-based, and short duration, so that you can stop contracts early and change direction early. When you build your website, make sure that you are in control of the website. If you want to quickly change a landing page, it should take you 10 minutes, not 3 weeks. Same things with software. Don't bind yourself to very expensive software where you are dependent. So build your life in Lego blocks. They are so small that you can recombine them quickly.
What a beautiful visual. Like I'm literally like looking and seeing, and I'm like now building like my vision board in my head with Lego blocks. Wow. Okay. I get that. I'm seriously going to get this book. Okay, Simon. Wow. Forbes contributor. So can you share one practical tip from your articles that entrepreneurs can implement right away to improve their marketing strategy or sales approach? So one tip.
Yeah, probably since we have spoken about the focus card,
Yes.
I would really encourage to download the focus card and put in 20 minutes in writing down. In 3 years, these are my goals. 1 year, those are the most important activities to get there. 90 days, that's the focus. Those are my tasks for the next 12 weeks. If you just do that, it's strategiesprints.com. You download the focus card. If you just do that, I think that can really focus your marketing activities because marketing is fun. So it's easy to get distracted and do too much. Like I'm on all socials. And if you leave me enough leeways, I will post 17 times today on X, and then I go to YouTube and I have fun everywhere.
Yeah.
So the focus card reminds me of what's actually moving the needle forward and pick a few. So if I do my focus card afterwards, I just do LinkedIn because that's the big money maker for us. So I focus on that. And even if X is more fun for me, but LinkedIn is actually the direct path for our business.
Okay.
This is what the focus card can give you in terms of marketing clarity.
Okay. So I know for a lot of businesses that I work with, a struggle is staying focused. Often it's, I have this idea, and I have this idea, and I think we need to implement this. And the problem that we run into frequently is, well, obviously we try to redirect, but the problem that we see is that they don't ever finish one thing, right? It's like over here, but nothing ever gets done. So it's like wasting time, energy, money on nothing, in my opinion. So really getting focused and understanding these are the things that I need to accomplish, or these are the things I want to focus on in the next 90 days. Have it written down, pinned up on your board right in front of you. It's like a vision board. And if you can see those and stay on those, and when you get squirrel, because I get squirrel, I mean, I get squirrel. I live off of my calendar and I live off of my assistant, Tiffany. Like, if I didn't have her or my calendar, I wouldn't be a business owner. I would just be, floating on a paddleboard somewhere in the middle of the ocean. So I like that. I think that that'll truly help businesses, especially small businesses. I work a lot with up and comings, right? People who are trying to launch their own businesses. What a way to get things started. 90 days, right? You got to focus on this thing for 90 days. That's what I'm getting from it, right?
It's 12 weeks, and each week is one sprint. So in each week, you want to solve one bottleneck. Let's say we analyze your marketing with you and say, okay, the bottleneck is 700 people go per week on your website, but only 12 click something. Then we know, okay, we have to work on the conversion rate, really, to downloads, to subscription, we have to improve the buttons, the copy, the images. So if that is the bottleneck, then for 7 days, we would optimize just that one landing page. And in 7 days, you can do 2-3 split testings. So after 7 days, we say, okay, we have now solved that conversion piece. Okay. Now let's look, where's the next conversion piece? Okay, now 45 people click it, but only 4 land on my calendar. So we have to look at the Calendly or whatever is the technical piece, but also the copy piece and also the experience of landing on your calendar. So each week would just solve one until it's completed.
I love that. So what's the number one tip you find yourself giving to new entrepreneurs, other than downloading the focus card?
To not give up, keep rolling. The game, you said at the beginning that we are in the top 2% podcasters.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you land in the top 2% podcasters? Just by not giving up. Because 98% of podcasters, they give up before episode 100.
I heard that. I did. I heard that.
That's it. We are a mediocre podcast, but it's good enough for the top 2% because 98%, maybe even better podcasters, but they gave up. So this is why you have to stay in your fun zone and you have to stay focused on the few key activities because otherwise you will give up. 98% give up. They start all passionate, but they give up.
Why do you think people give up? But that answers it right there.
For many reasons. They focus on the wrong things. For example, on editing. They do too much research and too much thinking about an episode instead of just recording the episode.
Yeah.
They don't have a plan.
Yeah.
They don't have a plan. So they have some guests, but not the right guests for their audience.
Mm-hmm.
So many reasons. But the main thing is really just keep rolling. Keep rolling. You have your focus. You're working every week towards that. Just don't give up.
How old are your children? Do you mind me asking?
8, 5, and 1.
So just keep swimming. That's what I'm hearing in my head from Dory, from just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. All right. That's all you got to do. You just got to keep freaking swimming. You got to keep moving forward. Like, don't give up. All right. Well, I mean, I struggled hard. I had the hardest time doing my own solo cast. I have no issue talking like this with somebody, right? Like, this is cool to me. I'm good at this. But when I have to sit here and talk to myself, I'm looking at myself, I have a hard time because it's like, I have this imposter syndrome at times. Is it good enough? Are people really listening? I mean, am I making a difference? Oh, maybe I should just stop. And then I'm like, no. I'm getting positive feedback. If I can help one freaking person with this podcast, I've done my job. So that's what is keeping me going forward is I just want to bring value. But there's times I've wanted to give up just because of the imposter syndrome. Really, I talk about that a lot. Actually, it's a struggle for many business owners. So having faith in yourself and not giving up, I think that helps diminish that imposter syndrome because you start feeling like, okay, I'm moving forward. I'm not giving up. I can do this. I got this. I deserve this. I want this. So your attitude changes from I'm not good enough to heck yeah, I'm good enough. Please, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, having so many eyes, I, that is the problem. If you shift this to who you are talking to, so pick one person that's your ideal client.
Okay.
And you're talking to them when you do a monologue and you're talking to them for 10 minutes. So you know exactly, okay, this is Laura, this is her age, this is her business, that is her bottleneck. You are just talking to her and that changes everything because now you are in service and it's easier.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I can provide value that way. I can. And again, that is all I want to do. I just want to provide value. So if I'm talking to my clients who, most of my clients have been with me for 10 years, right? So I know I'm bringing them value. So if I'm looking at the camera and saying, okay, I'm talking to, so-and-so with pharmacy and this is what I'm sharing. I think that's going to take a lot of that imposter syndrome away. What a good tip. All right, podcasters, rewind for about 3 minutes. Listen to that again, because I think that is going to make a huge difference. Simon, you are such a blessing to talk to. I ask this of everybody because my podcast is called Innovative Entrepreneurs. So who is the most innovative entrepreneur or influencer that has impacted you the most and why?
It's funny. I always look for innovation outside of the industry that I want to innovate. So for my own innovations, I'm in the consulting industry. Mm-hmm. I look at other industries, never at consulting, because then I would just do what everybody does. So
Okay.
my biggest innovations came from looking at the food industry. And this is how I came up with our franchise model, because I was looking at McDonald's. Why do people become a franchisee of McDonald's? Oh, it's brand and process. That's it. And they open up their city. And so I went to my own brand and did brand and process, and now it's a franchise. So I looked at other industries on purpose to learn and to find something that my industry is not thinking about. And right now I'm looking at, again, for the next challenges, which is community building. And now I'm looking at complete different industries that are good with community building.
Okay.
And trying to learn from there and bringing it back home. So my way is intentionally really looking at other industries, because they are good at solving stuff, but in a way that your industry doesn't think about it. So, and this is where the innovation comes from.
Looking at other industries. Okay. Learning from them. I've learned more than anybody on this one. You are pretty impressive, Simon. I'm honored that you came to be on my show. And I think you do have a lot of value that you can provide multiple business owners, entrepreneurs, and people up and coming that want to become an entrepreneur or have a great idea. So I want people to be able to get a hold of you. Obviously, we're going to make sure all of your links and the link to your book is in the show notes below. But just say it. How do you want people to reach you? Where do you want them to find you? I mean, it looks like your URLs are pretty much simple. It's at Strategy Sprints, right?
Yes. So the book is called Strategy Sprints. They can grab it on Amazon. If they want to talk to us, we are at strategysprints.com. We are also on all social media, but the direct way is probably strategysprints.com.
This is fantastic. Yeah. All right. Strategysprints.com, or the book, Strategy Sprints, 12 Ways to Accelerate Growth for an Agile Business. This is no joke. This is some powerful stuff, and I cannot wait to jump into this on my own. And I will probably be in touch soon, Simon, because I have a feeling I could learn and grow from you. This has been a fantastic conversation, and I'm grateful. So thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience before we go?
Thank you, Erica, for being in service of your community. This is much needed and appreciated.
You're awesome. All right, Simon, we are signing off, and thank you again.
Wow, what a great episode. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you want more of this goodness, make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications for future podcasts. And if you found value from this, please share it with others. You can visit our website at cwgdigital.com. This is Erica Bailey. I am your host, and I will see you next time.